Hello everyone. Today I'm somewhere I've never actually been before. It's part of Bishopwearmouth Cemetery, but I'd always thought these gates were locked. It's just next to Hilton Road in Sunderland, that's open, and the other one's opened. I'd always thought they were locked, so I've never even tried to have a visit here, but we're actually in the current Jewish section of Bishopwearmouth Cemetery. So it's a little bit noisy. I think it's about tea time, is it about? It's 6 o'clock, so there's a bit of traffic about. So I just thought I'd have a look and see for myself what's in here, see if I recognise any names. And also, when I've driven past, I have seen some Commonwealth grave headstones in here from a distance, so I want to have a look at those. And also I want to see if there's any works by Edwin Smythe, the great Sunderland monumental mason. So we'll just have a little walk round. I'm back in Sunderland after a few days in Edinburgh. Got back yesterday. Sadly, when I got back, the Wi-Fi was off, so an engineer came this morning and there's a fault somewhere, not my router, so that's going to cause a few problems. So this might not actually go, you might be watching this a few days after it's actually been done. So this is for Private D.M. Finberg of the Durham Light Infantry, who died 9th of February 1947, aged 67. Will always be remembered by his loving wife and family. So with a Commonwealth grave headstones for Jewish military personnel. They have a Star of David on there, as you can see, and there's the logo for the DLI. So he died in 1947, which is a couple of years after the Second World War, so I don't know if there was a cut-off point whereby, then again, he was 67. Was it the fact that he might have served in the Great War, because he would have only been about 20 back in 1914, 15, 16. Obviously lots of Jewish surnames in here. Used to be a large Jewish community in Sunderland. So there's Goldberg, Samuel Hyman Muscat. So some are in a mixture of Hebrew and also in English. It's a great surname there, Share. I think it's still in use actually, because when I walked in through the gate at the bottom there was some much younger ones, like in the 90s, 2000s. Sadly, the sun's shining the wrong way when I'm doing this because it was a bit bright. So, in loving memory of Samuel Jacob Rosenstein, the dearly beloved son of the late Elias and Sophia Bernstein. Another great name. Book. B-O-W-O-K. This one looks a little bit older. In loving memory of Sarah, beloved wife of Isaac Katz. That's 1929. This is actually the third Jewish burial ground in Bishopwearmouth Cemetery. The first one is at the very far east of this particular cemetery, down where that house is in the distance, a couple hundred metres behind that, right on the corner. That was the first one, because before that the Jewish burial ground was down at Ayres Quay. I've done a couple of videos from that. That's in a right state. And then when Bishopwearmouth opened in May 1856, there was a portion set aside for the Jewish community down at that end of the cemetery. Then there was another one set up not far from the crematorium over there. And then this one is the third one. There's a bit of Hebrew there. Obviously I don't speak speak or read Hebrew, but in loving memory of Sissy, the beloved daughter of Abraham and Rosa Isaac. She died in 1929. She was just 32 years. Rosenberg, Jaffa, is a great name. Lazarus Clark, might be a bit more shaded up here. A few of the headstones are actually laid flat. Now there was, I remember reading some about vandalism back, I think it was in the 40s or the 50s, which I think was the burial ground, which wasn't open at that time. It wasn't just vandalism here, there was vandalism all over the cemetery. There was one night quite a few were turned over and knocked down. In loving memory of Henrietta, relict of the late Moses Bergson, deeply mourned by children and grandchildren. May God rest her soul in peace. A few of the graves have started to sink, like that one there. So that's in loving memory of our dear mother, Charlotte Bertha Kravitz, brackets Jacobs, that must be a maiden name, departed this life September the 26th, 1927, aged 70 years. See all these so all these ones have knocked over. Just seem a bit of a coincidence that they're all, and if you look, they're split in two. So possibly back in the day these were the ones which were vandalised. Because we're in a quiet corner of the cemetery apart from the traffic. Imagine back in the 30s and 40s how quiet it was. And there's, even to this day there's a fence around it. So as you can see, all got cracks down the middle. There's a Star of David. As you can see, it's quite a few hundred in here. Probably 500 maybe. Yeah. There's Levi or Levi. Abraham's. Luckily there's little walkways down here. Minsky. Solomon Jacob Eker, who died December the 9th, 1939. Some Hebrew, and that's Solomon Jacob Eker. One thing I have noticed, I haven't come across any mention of occupations, but lots of mentions of deeply mourned by the husband, the children and so on. That's quite common out of all of the ones I've seen so far. And there's another Commonwealth grave one. So I think there's two. I'll look for that one. Where's it gone? I just saw it before. It's too bright. Worst time of the day to come, but missed it over here. There's an Vinsky there, Pearlman. There's quite a few Pearlmans. Nathan, Asher, Shoshek. See, a lot of these Jewish people came from Eastern Europe. I think the first arrival was in the late 1700s, but obviously over the next 100 odd years, 120 odd years, there was a few pogroms where Jewish people were persecuted across Europe, not just in the Holocaust, but sadly for a long time before that, even going back to medieval times. It's Goldblatt. Now here's the other Commonwealth Grave Commission one. Hope you can see this. This is L Marks, again the Durham Light Infantry. I think that's 8th of July 1946, age 22, and there's a Star of David. Remembered by his dear mother, sisters and brothers, may his soul rest in peace. Served his country. Now we've got Solomon Gillis, who passed away 24th of September 1940, and then you have something underneath it called 21st Elul 5700. I think that's something to do with like the Jewish calendar. And he was president of the Sunderland Hebrew congregation, and also treasurer of it as well. And if you notice, there's only a handful of plots which don't have headstones. A bit like when we visited the Quaker burial ground. Big Jewish burial ground without the surname Cohen. I still haven't found Edwin Smythe. Love and memory of Sam Vinograd, mourned by his wife and family. That's lovely lettering. See if I can go on the back, see if it's got Edwin Smythe on. There's a few Galuski, Rosenstein, or Steen, never know where you're supposed to pronounce this. May his dear soul rest in peace. That's Charles Jacobs. That's fine lettering. That's in memory of Abraham Gilhow, beloved husband of Hannah Gilhow, died September 7, 1945. What a lovely epitaph, a good and honourable man. And that's made by Borrowdale. That's they used to have their firm sort of near Albion Place. Another Pearlman, Elias Solomon Pearlman. Oh, that's the one I've just seen, isn't it? Just walk down the edge here. We've got these little walkways through. Another Galuski. Chai, Yedahith, Joseph, Behrman, Berman. So there's like a couple of plots without a headstone, but pretty much it's thick with them. Isaac Beach, who passed away July the 4th, 1953. So now that, I love that first name. It's Zipporah. And Zipporah is, I believe, Hebrew for bird. Now actually over in the non-Jewish section there is an old grave for a lady called Zipporah Bird. So, bird. Yeah, more deeply mourned by his heartbroken wife and mother. Look at that one, that's something really low. Sam Levy. It's a great name, Julius Joseph. Yeah, deeply mourned by his sorrowing daughters, deeply mourned by his sorrowing wife. Nearly all like that. Mourned by his wife, daughter and sons. That's Solomon Pollock. That must have been like more of the tradition. And that's for Collins family. Olsberg. Got a couple of minutes left, I'll just have a walk down here. Not all of them have the Star of David on, but quite a few do. Harry Stone. And more Pearlman. And then again, deeply mourned. Alan, who watches a few of these videos and comments on lots of history, he'll probably know a little bit more about some of the traditions or have more information about this particular cemetery. As I said, never ever been in it until, what was it now, 15 minutes ago. So there's 2 Commonwealth Graves Commission ones. It's a lovely night. I'll just check if there's any more old ones down here. I might do another video at some point in the second section, because that is a lot older. That's probably like 1880s, 1890s, 1910s. And this is the one which replaced it. Deeply mourned, deeply mourned, deeply mourned. That's a great name. In loving memory of Abba David Rabinowit. Abba, what a great first name. Marks, Slifkin, Merkel, and then these are all again really recent ones that we keep working on. So I'm going to end the video there, but that was just a little trip around this particular section. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, and if you want to, click on the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, take care, bye.